Online Racing is sponsored by Elgato, who created this lovely Stream Deck. For more information about the Stream Deck, the link is in the description below.
Hello everybody and welcome to round 11 of the F1 America's Cup here in Germany at the wonderful Hockenheimring. I am Austin Knight. I am joined in the commentary box with Curtis Kenyon. Curtis, how you doing?
Oh, we're having fun to this weekend. I'll tell you what, it's been a fantastic weekend of action all around. That RF2 race was insane. Anyways, yeah. F1 2018 on the books. This will be the last race of the weekend, and it will be a good one.
Yeah, it's been looking like a good one. The fight for the top is only separated by 1 point between Some Idiot and Raven, and honestly, it's gonna be the showdown of all showdowns, and I'm so glad it's happening right now at the end. Right after the Christmas break, and honestly, I think all the drivers are ready to get going back at it, and I hope all the viewers are ready to get crack-a-lackin' and enjoy this. Well, enough talking like that. We're going to hop into the hot lap with Kimmy Larson, who's in the chat. Hi, Kimmy. And Buckmaster, who is commentating that. So, enjoy your AOR hot lap.
Hello and welcome to the Hockenheimring. I'm Alex Buckmaster. We're on board with the sweet Kimmy Larson in his Ferrari. He's just opened up DRS on the start-finish straight as we head towards turn 1, lifting ever so slightly, staying in 7th gear for turn 1. Open up DRS once again as we start barreling down towards turn 2, 3 and 4, braking just that 100 meters there in 8th gear. Now here we go, running a bit wide as we go into the Parabolica. DRS open for the 3rd time as he goes into 8th gear, gets him ready for turn 6, which is the hairpin. Here he goes, he's about to brake just before the 100 meter board, right down into 2nd gear. Open up, ready for another long straight. Here we go into 4th, into 5th gear. You're going to make sure you're ready for turn 7. Not even lifting at all. Keep on accelerating as we got heavy braking zone into turn 8. Mercedes taking a lovely bit of curve there, if I do say so myself. Into 9, into 10. Another long straight as we head into turn 11. Mobile 1 only shifting down ever so slightly into 6th gear, into 7 as we go into Sachs. Make sure you don't bin it like any other Ferraris do as we go into a very tight, tricky section, very technical, into 13, 14 and 15. And then you go for the last corner, number 16. Open up DRS once again, and that is a lap round the Hockenheimring. I've been Alex Buckmaster. Please enjoy your race.
Thank you, Alex, for that, and thank you, Kenny, for driving like an absolute boss today. Curtis, anything you are looking forward to today's race?
Honestly, looking to see how these drivers are going to handle the rain. Hockenheim is one of those sort of precision tracks. You don't leave a lot of room for error when you're going this fast, and honestly, it should be an interesting one. I do expect a lot of passing because we just see that in this series in general. It's just that Hockenheim can be one of those tracks that if you get it wrong, you're pretty much going to lose out on the whole sector.
Well, enough hyping up the pre-show. Let's hop on board into qualifying with 14 minutes left. In it. Here we go. And we're following Triton right now as he's going through the final few sectors. It's raining here in qualifying, which we don't see that much, so it's going to be a certainly different qualifying than we're used to. But Triton sets the pole time of a 1:25.669, and I think with the amount of times, but Some Idiot who expected it takes top of a 1:24.474. But as we were saying, we don't get much qualifying in the wets usually.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's going to be a little more interesting, I think. And honestly, we all know Some Idiot and Raven so smooth on the gas, and it'll be a challenge for everyone else to figure out a way to just be as fast as they can already in the rain. Plus, Hockenheim, I love this track, honestly. It's so good. But it's so demanding. You have to be on your game the whole time. Speaking of on your game, though, Some Idiot and Raven already at the top of the charts.
Yeah, both Some Idiot and Raven 1.195 seconds ahead of third place, but Raven is just 0.214 seconds, so they're just in another league of their own. Now, if there's going to be a drier part of qualifying coming up at the end, I am not sure. But I would like to say hi, Kimmy, hi, Feller, hi, Dan, in chat. Hope y'all have had a good day, and hope we are the perfect ending to y'all's day. Because we usually are.
We usually are the perfect ending to everybody's day. I would have to agree with that, and I think that the whole crowd would agree with that completely.
We are. It's pretty fun. Well, the Muddy Water, coming across the final few turns. I believe he is on a flyer. So he runs wide on the curb just a bit, down the front straight. Show us where you go. He goes in 7th. Good.
Not bad.
Good run from him.
Not bad at all. I mean, Muddy Water has had some issues this season. He obviously doesn't get as much practice as a lot of people on the server now. But speaking of practice, ACR Raven popping into the top spot a half a second faster than Some Idiot.
Wow. What? That's impressive.
That is actually really impressive. Usually these guys are within, a couple of tenths, but a half a second is quite a margin for these two. And you can tell Raven, as we saw by his tweet earlier, and for those who don't follow him, you really should, throwing some shade. Definitely coming in here with a, quite the racy attitude, I'd have to say. It should be a good one between these two, and somebody always delivers the goods. That said, Raven, though, with that time, I have to admit, is that's impressive. We should also mention Fluffy Dave in 3rd place, having a pretty good run there in qualifying. Take a look at him real quick in the that's a Toro Rosso. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's Toro Rosso. If y'all don't follow Cody on Twitter, it's this is what he said. All to play for as the championship battle is heating up. Going to give it my all to leave Germany with the lead. Even though I haven't played F1 since the end of Silverstone race. LOL, #AOR Hype.
Apparently the rain is what he needed, because you do have to approach these tracks totally different than you would in the dry. And, you kind of just get to take it easy. Speaking of...
I just want to mention something.
Definitely not taking it easy there. 0.085 now is the gap.
What a gap!
Gap in the field.
Well, that's Intergalactic Gentleman spun around the opposite direction.
Oops.
Or one of the Haas drivers.
He's a gentleman.
Yeah.
Across galaxies.
Yeah, he spun around. He's going extremely wide, letting Fluffy Dave around him. But yeah, that is a gentleman move that he's giving to the other drivers as he's slowly going to return to the pits. So I'm going to go on board with Some Idiot, who's followed by Fluffy Dave. So Some Idiot heads into the pits because he's got 2 laps on these wet tires, so you're kind of done. But with 9 minutes remaining, do you think the intermediate's going to come out?
I don't know. That track is very, very wet. Honestly, I don't think so. At least not yet. They could risk it, honestly. But it would definitely be quite the risk. I don't think it's time, though.
Yeah, I don't see any rain falling down, but it might be happening very soon. C3 Mikey, his season's been going very good today.
Well, his season has been rough.
Well, yeah, season's been pretty rough for him, but today's been good.
Looks like he's going pretty good.
Yeah. You can see that dry line forming on the track, so usually when you see that, intermediates are time, but Max KZR Racing has retired. I think that might be due to hitting a wall.
Oops.
Because we got 8 minutes left, so...
usually hitting the wall is not advised.
Yeah. Hitting the wall is usually the thing you don't want to do.
It's kind of the antithesis of the things that you're supposed to do in a race car.
This isn't hockey. This is Formula 1.
It's also not rallycross?
Yes, that too. But Rallycross, you can hit the wall and sometimes budge it off. But anyway, as we're just messing about, Z3 Mikey sets up in 9th place, 3.39 seconds behind of ACR Raven. Jallydun, or yeah, it is Jallydun. I keep messing up his name because whenever I race with this guy, I mess up his name still. But Jallydun came into the season halfway through it as a reserve driver, but now I think he's full-time. I am not sure. I wasn't updated on his thing, but he's racing once again here in Germany, and he does love Germany. He's been practicing a lot after transitioning from control, but keep it out of the wall. Oh, Jallydun, he's quickly reset the car back to the track, but and he's back to lawn mowing. But
you said he just got a wheel?
Yeah, he did.
He's not doing too bad. It's probably his real first rain race, if I'm not mistaken. And it's a definite challenge when you're converting from controller to wheel in the rain. Obviously, in the dry, it's a lot easier, and I think a lot of people would understand that. But if you're not used to the feel of a gas pedal beneath your feet as opposed to beneath your finger, it can be a little bit daunting. He does pretty well just keep it out of the wall, and obviously he'll return to the pits for more tires.
Well, the tire situation, I'm glad you mentioned that, is now intermediates. I had the text wall on fitted, then on the best fitted, not currently fitted, and everyone is switched over to the intermediate tires. Raven's on the intermediates, some idiots on the intermediates, Fluffy Dave's on the intermediates, King's on, everyone's on the intermediates.
Well, alright then.
Yeah.
Prove me wrong. I'm okay with that.
Ocean Chief says Team Triton for the win. We got some Triton fans in there, so let's go on board with the Haas driver as he throws his car around Hockenheim to please the Triton fans.
As soon as I can change the camera. There we go. Right. Heading into the hairpin lock up there. Not good. As Raven sets another fast time. Now this long straight into turn 7. Setting up for Mercedes. Late braking, especially in the rain. Bit of a lockup there again.
I've seen some crazy moves.
Quite a bit.
Oh,
I'm sorry?
I was seeing some crazy moves earlier on today where people went side by side going into Mercedes, and people were setting up the inside, holding around the outside. And then the contact. Done around
Mercedes.
Yes, that can be done at Mercedes.
But at Sachs, where
I also saw a move at Sachs. Also saw a move at Sachs.
Really?
Yeah.
That is insane.
I'll show you the clip of it. I was freaking out about it.
But Triton has made his way around the track at this time.
He sits third.
Not bad. He's definitely moving pretty good. He's decided to keep on going here as he makes his way through Nord Curve and around turn 2.
Well, speaking of looking good, Fluffy Dave is also looking good as he comes across the line. Will he take third from Triton? No, he doesn't. He said a 122 something, but I think that lap was invalidated.
Uh-oh.
Oh, as Raven takes the pole fight by half a second to some idiot.
I'm going to call his bluff on no practice.
All right. Doubt in the commentary box. It's Ocean. Rumor has it he only wears his racing undies when he league races due to being a sweaty boy.
Oh, God.
I'm guessing that's towards Triton as some idiot goes for a quick pit stop for those fresh intermediate tires. Well, let's go to sweaty boy, Mr. 2SRL Triton. He's coming across the final corners. Why did I have to read that chat message?
I don't know, but that is fantastic.
Well, he takes P2, so McSweaty Boy and McWetty conditions take P2.
That's a lot of mix, man. The future AOR stream sponsored by McDonald's.
I wouldn't say that much. But we are sponsored by Hype Energy drinks. They are super awesome. I drank some Hype Energy over the break, and I'm going to say I like it. Also, this stream is brought to you by Elgato Stream Decks. If you missed the ad at the start, here you go again.
I mean, I'm using it.
And I'm using
it right now.
I'm using a version.
Yeah, we need to get you one, man.
I need an official one, not what I jerry-rigged together.
You know. Yeah, we need to get you one. I think you'd enjoy it. That said, time is starting to wind down here in qualifying. And, I mean, a minute 21 and a half is flying, especially in the rain. And this sort of drying out condition is helping things out a little bit. Some idiot is on an outlap at this point, trying to take over Triton's position, but Triton has been moving pretty good. I think he's just more or less doing some sighting laps, and I think, is the track getting a little bit more wet?
Well, I'm starting to see more rain come down, so the conditions might be reversing. But everyone still seems to be heating up, but Fluffy Dave runs a bit wide out of Saxon. Runs over a bit of curb, but he is still on a flyer, so let's keep on board with the Dave Meister. As he's coming to the final corner, runs wide on the curbs. He comes across in third. Some idiot is pushed down to fourth. As Raven keeps pushing his lead down. But all eyes are on some idiot leading the championship by a point. Can he make this lap count? As
he's not going to be able to on this lap. He's going to have to do it this lap. He got held up by Fluffy Dave on his way through. So now he's just going to have to go pedal to the metal as he makes his way through turn 2, 3, 4 complex. Now he's just got to keep it nice and smooth, get as much speed as he can through Parabolica. He's going to try to do just that right now. DRS opens up. Oh, maybe not. I'm going to call glitch on that.
Well, did it say DRS
the rain,
is enabled?
Right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. The rain.
Intermediate conditions.
I'm getting excited here as the
Sit for the race.
hairpin comes through here. A little bit of a slide coming out and a little slide coming in, but I think that might be just a touch of lag as turn 7 now through Mercedes. Bit of a lockup. Expect that, seeing everybody do that at this point.
It's a little bit of a wide berth out of that corner. See, almost all 4 wheels go off the track, so hopefully that does not invalidate his lap time as he's flying through Mobile 1 and into Saxton.
Sax.
Oh,
wait. No. I was going to make not Sax, but he runs it wide. And I was going to say it's really easy to do that, especially here in the rain. You got to really get that thing down into the curb. And now Sud curve and to the front stretch. Let's see where he ends up. Bated breath.
Oh, no, that was invalidated.
It was invalidated. Yep, he just went too far outside the track. That is unfortunate there for somebody. A 5th place start for the championship leader. And I'll tell you what, Austin, this is when championships are won, when you have the hard days.
And this certainly is a hard day, but it looks like somebody is crossed the line with 1 second to spare, and he's still on the flyer right now. I think.
Maybe. We'll have to see if he can come around again.
He hasn't stopped.
The lap will work. He must not have gotten the checker flag. In fact, you know what? He hasn't. So he is still on the flyer. Have one more chance. I have a feeling this is going to be an edge of your seat race.
Yeah.
Qualifying is this intense.
The race is just going to be even more intense because this is the closest American field we've had so far, with ACR Raven all the way to Muddy Water within a second with each other. And since these guys were in a league of their own, somebody and Raven, I can't believe I forgot his name, but somebody coming around the final corners, he is not slowed down one bit. I think he's speed up, ladies and gentlemen. Coming across the line, can he do it? Oh, just barely 0.157.
So close.
Wow.
So close, but he does snatch second away from everyone else. Fluffy Dave looking fantastic here, but Raven takes the pole, and some idiot manages to just grab that second place. Good God, man.
As we have a message from Heineken through over the in-game thing. I'm not sure what he's saying, but here are your results. It's Raven taking pole, followed closely behind by some idiot. Triton in third, followed by King AV, Fluffy Dave, Muddy Water, Spider, Zwamp, Heineken, Z3 Mikey, Jallydun, Mancu, Italy Force, Jonathan AI, Not a Realm. That's the first time they're racing in this league. Max KCR Racing, Intergalactic Gentleman, Lundquist Bro, and Pranky coming up at the end with no time set. I don't think he participated in the qualifying session.
I don't think he did either.
Well, after that qualifying session, I hope you guys are ready. Wow. It's a wet race. Well, it's going to be a wet start. Usually conditions change after this, but no, it's going to be a very interesting start in the wet. On the intermediate conditions, I see a little bit drizzle coming down, so the interesting strategy is going to happen. I am very excited for this start.
I'm trying to figure out strategies and things. I mean, there's a couple options now with the rain. You know, you could start on the wets, you could start on the intermediates. Obviously, we don't know exactly what is the weather conditions out there. The drivers actually know more than we do.
Yeah, they have started on intermediate tires, from what the game has told us. Anyway, speaking of strategy, if this was a dry race, this would be more informative, but here is your AOR predicted strategy for a dry race. It was to start on the soft tires, move around 9 to 14 laps, that's their lifespan, and finish the race off on mediums. The medium tires have a lifespan of 19 to 22 laps. So, if it's dry, keep those numbers in mind, but I think the drivers might switch to the medium tires and run 22 laps on those. That will also pop up in the middle of the race once the conditions have changed to get everybody reminded of the situations.
Of course, that would be if it was dry, then it would actually make sense, but
yes.
Basically toss all of that out the window and onto the pram, along with all the toys.
And set it on fire in the dumpster.
Well, no, leave it out in the pram. Don't worry about the dumpster.
Who doesn't like a dumpster fire?
Yeah, dead bums? I don't know, actually.
Raccoons. The answer is raccoons.
The answer is raccoons. Gotcha. I'm going to write that down for next time when we have the quiz. I went there. That's right, guys. Sighting lap here for the start of this little race here.
Thank you, Dan. Dan, he just realized that pit strategy isn't valid with a wet race. Come on, Dan. Why did you think of this?
It's gonna happen. Don't worry about it. Yes.
Life happens.
Round 11 is just about to get underway here.
I'll let you do the honors. Nope. You aren't? Me? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, 5 red lights, and away they go here in Hockenheim.
No, that works. I wasn't sure if you were going to take it or not. We got a little bit of a different production setup this time out, but tons of action.
Oh, there's contact. There's Mercedes spun around. It's Muddy Water spun already. He was contacted by another car. I don't know who it was, but immediately hit off and down. He actually has a damaged front wing from that, but immediately it's happened. As we're returning with Fluffy Dave, King AV has gained a position, but Fluffy Dave and Trey are battling side by side around Parabolga and heading to the hairpin. Some Idiot and Raven are also battling out through the hairpin, but Fluffy Dave around the outside of Triton, but it's going to be Triton up the inside, so we're going to switch back to the battle for the lead.
Yep, Raven taking the lead here over Some Idiot. Looks like through the hairpin. Manages to make the move stick, and now they're just making their way through the various sections of Hockenheim. And honestly, just keep it clean, guys. There's no reason to go crazy like this. That said, they're making their way down Mobile 1, it looks like. Yes, it is. And through Sachs. Looks like everybody's kind of evened out here, other than towards the back of the pack where that big wreck happened. That was unfortunate there for Muddy Water, but he's managed to make his way to 16th place.
Yeah,
He's going to definitely have to come into the pits, though. And that is definitely unfortunate for him. But that said, Raven leading the first lap, and Raven said he was coming to race, and racing he is. Some idiot, though, will be tracking him down. It's a decently long race, 34 laps here. This one is to keep the lead for the championship, and it's just coming down to the wire all over the place. We haven't even, well, this would technically be the halfway point of the season.
Yes, we kind of passed that last race with Silverstone. 11, 10, there's not really a middle number for 21, so...
Right, exactly.
This is the halfway end part. This is halfway point 5.
Might have a bit of a race hotting up here for 6th place, I should say. Spider, Heineken, and Z-Womp pretty close together. I take that back, just Spider and Heineken. The Red Bull versus the Ferrari.
Yeah, Red Bull and the Ferrari looking extremely close to together. We're going to go on board Heineken. Look at the spray covering up the T-cam.
Oh, yeah.
That is...
No, the spray, yeah, it's going to be bad.
It's going to be bad. Not as bad as the F2 race where it's just full wet start and you couldn't see a thing, but going through Sachs, Heineken's gained a bit of time to Spider right there.
Definitely going to come down to a setup thing. I don't think the guys were expecting there to be a wet start, so if you don't quite have that mechanical grip that you're going to be needing throughout this race, you're going to have a bad time. I mean, let's face it, it's going to be brutal here for a little while, especially as the track dries out. If the track dries out, it looks like the rain is going steady at this point. Of course,
look at Heineken.
But Heineken looking for a pass, just kind of filling the mirrors at this point.
Well, he goes into the grass a little bit, somehow keeps it straight. So he's sitting in Spider's slipstream spray stream, or this. He stays behind the back of Spider, but Spider's going to defend around the inside. Heineken going to try to move around the outside. Saw him get off the brakes there, but he's going to try to hold it around the hairpin.
Leave the room.
I think he's got it. Oh, he does it. Yes, he does. Oh, he's going to cut across the Spider's front nose right there and hold it right before a Mercedes. What a move by Heineken on Spider. 3 positions up on the place he qualified.
Not a bad move indeed. The cut down, I thought that might be just a bit premature, but it looks like Spider knocked off the gas just a touch. And I can tell you this right now, though, the race for 3rd, hotting up pretty good. They're quite close together. Kingy AB, Triton, and Fluffy Dave kind of in a bit of a line here. Not much of a huge battle going on behind them at this point. Raven sort of checking out here, just about a second above, or second ahead, I should say, of Some Idiot. And Some Idiot probably just going to let him go, let him run his race and see what happens towards the end. Some Idiot does have a little bit of wiggle room in the points, and by a little bit, I mean 1 point.
Yes. That's not much of wiggle room. That is clenched teeth time. As we're on board with Sweaty Boy himself. Coming down Parabolica, Fluffy Dave's going down the inside of Sweaty Boy. Can Sweaty Boy hold it around the outside through the hairpin? They're side by side on the exit. I think it's going to be Sweaty Boy holding it up.
No. Hang on a second. Fluffy Dave is holding on right there. He'll grab the inside. There's a bit of a cut corner there. There might be a penalty, potentially, or am I thinking of endurance racing, which has been on my mind for the last 2 weeks? With that said, Fluffy Dave makes the move stick, at least for now. And we'll see if there will be a penalty there, as it looks like maybe there won't be. I thought that was a cut track.
Oh, he goes way wide! There's your penalty! Karma!
Oh, got a penalty indeed.
Well, I wouldn't say karma exactly. He's still on the track, but that is retribution paid by the driving gods themselves. As Fluffy Dave runs a bit wide, but but Triton, I don't know if he's done if he did a little ritual in his car cockpit, but there's a massive switch up in the lower field between Jonathan AI, Muddy Water, and Italy Force. What's happened down there?
I don't know. I think it's time to head down that way and have a look here. Jonathan AI.
Well, I just saw like 2 positions swapped simultaneously in a yellow flag, so I don't know if that was involved with anything, but HOR Manka gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Is not good, as Dan is going to bed, but he wants to watch this. Stay up, Dan. We love having you around. Yeah, just put it on your phone. We'll keep you up. But we got a drag race, Jaladon and Manku going down and around. Parabolic and Manku going to look down the inside. Toro Rosso versus Alfa Romeo, but it looks like it's going to be Jaladon.
Oh, no, not quite.
Yeah, he's got it. He squeezed off the exit of Manku, and Manku was just very, very tight on the exit and entry and all that, and just killed all of his momentum and speed.
Which, I mean, that can be done. He's just got to be really easy on the gas, and maybe he just doesn't have the confidence to get on the gas and keep the grip in a way that would actually work. But
we got a fight for P4. Sorry about that, but we do have a fight for P4. Triton has closed down the gap to Kingy AV, and honestly, it is going to get very dicey. Triton, Sweaty Boy, up the inside, then big wheels! Make contact, but it looks like it's going to be Kingy AV holding it off. Barely. But Triton is in his slipstream and ready to pounce, but look at Fluffy Dave in the back. He is closing in on these two. Kingy AV is pushing Triton to the bottom of the track. Triton has got all the track in the world. So does Kingy in the braking zone. It's going to be...
Wait, Dave? Fluffy Dave to the inside as well.
Oh, Dave making it look good. I think Kingy didn't have the best exit, but it's going to be Kingy AV. Still holding off Fluffy Dave. But look at Fluffy Dave! Oh, I thought he was going for a move into Mercedes.
Way outside on that exit. Looks like the front end might be washing out on him just a touch. He's got to be careful with that. He might have a soft rear suspension trying to get as much grip as he can, but if he starts trying to throttle it through some of these corners, it could just throw the front to the outside, and you can see how Fluffy Dave, when he gets on the gas, the back end just kind of lights up a little bit and goes a little sideways, which could be good, but as the track is starting to dry out, the spray is starting to go away. It could spell trouble for him as the tires begin to wear out, as Kingy AV gets sideways himself, trying to make his way into the front stretch.
Look at Fluffy Dave going down the inside in the front stretch. Thinks about it, says, I've seen turn one. I've seen what happened at the start with Muddy Waters, so he's going to back off of that. But look how wide he went on the exit, but he's lost a lot of time to Kingy right there as this battle for P3. Some idiot put up the fastest lap time, so he is not back down from ACR Raven, as a few people are posting in chat, Sweaty Boy for the win. It's looking pretty good.
This is how you know when it's a late night in Europe and America just wants to meme. I gotta love it. As I'm still keeping an eye here on Kingy AV and Fluffy Dave. The chronicles continue. Dave definitely pushing the car at this point. I have a feeling
wait, there was a... Oh, wait, that was Lundqvist, bro. He's on the mediums.
That's an early stop.
Why?
Don't know. He might have made a mistake in the pits. Unless he's trying to go all the way to the end and expects no more rain. But the thing is, it's still kind of wet off the line. If
big contact between Manku and Max KCR Racing. The Toro Rosso has hit the Red Bull. Sister teams not liking that. The team principals are going to have a few words with each other, but Max KCR Racing got extremely close in his pack of four, and he's hit the back of... No, Mancu's hit the back of Max KZR Racing after locking up going into Mercedes, and he's lost the position to Muddy Water. Muddy Water is running a great recovery race right now, as somebody has closed in within 200ths of a second to ACR Raven.
I've been keeping an eye on that. Yeah, it's been getting pretty close, but now Raven's starting to make a few mistakes here and there as some idiots just trying to fill the mirrors at this point. I wouldn't be surprised to see these guys come into the pits here pretty soon. The track is starting to get fairly dry, and these intermediates have got to be getting a little bit slippery, and you can see Raven, who's probably been pushing pretty good, that those rear tires might be getting a little bit dicey as they move through here.
Now,
yep, they're getting ready for Sachs here.
Yeah, coming in Sachs. So somebody is going to plant his car right behind of ACR Raven, not try and move on there, unlike some crazy people I've seen earlier today, but this is
and
for...
in this race, Kappa.
Yep. This is for the championship and the lead. Currently, ACR Raven takes the lead with this position, but some idiot is close behind. And I don't think he's going to let up. The track is drawing out. The button is ready to be pressed for DRS Enable as Kingy AV has dived into the pits.
Yeah, I was just about to say that Kingy dives in. He was battling with Fluffy Dave again, but just decided to go in the pits. Don't even fight it at that point and get on some fresh tires. We'll see what he goes out on. It will be softs. Kind of expected that as he... no, he's not going to be able to make it to the end of the race on softs for sure.
Yeah, softs last about 9 laps. Actually, I have a fairly neat graphic about this showing tire lives and tire strategies. Thank you.
Oh, do you really?
Oh, yeah, I do. So as that flashes up on the screen, your pit strategy, softs lasts around 9 to 14 laps, and the mediums last around 19 to 22. So a one-stop would be here if the dry conditions are at lap 12. You can do a one-stop from the intermediates to the medium tires, and that could propel you to the end.
Now, the better question is, can these intermediates last another 3 laps, especially with this drying conditions? I mean, I'm watching Fluffy Dave right now, and he's been all over the track. I have to wonder if these tires are going to get overheated.
Raven just dived into the pits!
Yep, there you go.
As Janab brings up... Oh, Raven's going on to the soft tires for this stint as he drifts out of the pit box, but it's going to be some idiot in the lead. Everyone's going into the pits, but some idiot and Heineken are staying out on the intermediate tires. The track does not say DRS is available, and it still says wet conditions, but I think it's going to be enabled this lap. So who went for the right strategy? Will it be some idiot? Would it be Raven? Would it be somebody else? As Triton has gone onto the medium tires. Fluffy Dave gone onto the medium tires. We have a fight between Spider and Raven. Ferraris. Intermediate tires versus soft tires. And I think Spider is gaining on Raven. This is where we can find out on if the intermediate tires has grip. We see Raven losing control around the outside, and he gets overtaken by Spider in the hairpin.
Yeah, the brakes did not come to Raven on that one, but also teammates. I mean, Spider, he's got the intermediates. He's going to have to come into the pits anyways. Of course, why not let him go? I mean, Raven is going to be ahead of him anyways, but you can see just how much sliding Spider was doing through there.
Well, Raven probably not the best strategy because he's down 21 seconds to some idiot. Most of the pit stops are around 20 to 21 second gap time in race situations. And Raven is outside that gap. If some idiot pits, he will be ahead of Raven. But some idiot stays out for another lap, waiting for the right time to go as Heineken gets a 5-second stop-go penalty for speeding in the pit lane. As Raven and Spider, both the Ferraris, are on podium positions right now. But some idiot is up 22 seconds to Raven and 20 seconds to Spider. Spider's still on those intermediate tires, and Raven's 2 seconds down on his teammates, so might have gone onto those tires a bit early, as we have a yellow flag in Sector 3.
And we're starting to see mediums now. Heineken, Triton, and Fluffy Dave going for the mediums.
They're going for that one stop.
That sweaty boy going for that one stopper. I like it.
As Raven looking for a 2-stop. As DRS has been enabled, this is the time to pit.
Here we go.
For some idiot. So let's go on board with the championship leader, the race leader, the man himself. Some idiot not putting an idiotic strategy or putting it into the wall. He's going to head into the pits like a smart boy.
Not by his description.
Oh, yeah.
Nearly didn't make it in the pits either. But yes.
Oh, is that Lundqvist, bro?
No,
that's not his teammate up there, but he doesn't get any penalty going into the pits. Held up just a little bit, but he's got 22-second gap to Raven. He's going into the pits, fitting on the medium tires. Some idiot going for the one-stop. Spider. Where does Spider go? Spider heading to the pits. Where is Raven? Raven does not have some idiot, as some idiot's coming out of the pits right now. We see him on the exit. Who's going to have the speed? And some idiot is, no, it's going to be Raven around the outside. What a strategy move by Raven. Overtaking some idiot with the pits. Wow. Wait, it says some idiot's ahead of Raven now.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's not what I'm seeing. Somebody stayed ahead the whole time. Raven never caught him.
And who was coming out of the pit? That was a different car. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been awake for about 48 hours.
Awkward.
Anyway, we're American. We're allowed to a few slips off the street.
Clear lack of sleep, I have to admit. You know what? That's okay, man. No worries. I know how that goes.
Don't worry. I got a nice big old case of Hype Energy right next to me to keep me awake.
Well, you might need to chug one because we got quite a bit of race left. As some idiot does have a 2.4 second lead over Raven, but there is some tire strategy involved here. Raven expected to catch him, and did I just see Muddy Water out of the race?
Yes, he spun around the inside of the track at Parabolica. As I'm on board with Italy Forces, they've passed him already, but I saw his car parked up on the inside of Parabolica as we got a virtual safety car out on the track.
All right, we're going to have everything.
Well, it's now enabled, and DRS is enabled, and we're back to going green here in Hockenheimring. Is that right?
Yeah, you okay, man? You got it?
No.
You hang on?
Anyway,
right now,
I
just have my eye on Triton and Spider.
That's what I'm watching.
It out at this point, yeah. And Triton looking pretty racy on those mediums. I expected Spider to kind of pull away from him, and he's just out of DRS range, give or take. It's kind of fluctuating a little bit, but looks like Triton did have DRS that time around through the Parabolica. It's just a matter of if Triton can actually make those medium tires work compared to the softs. And really, Triton, all he needs to do is just stay patient and wait for those softs to go out. And hopefully he doesn't cook up those medium tires too much for the end of the race. And that's going to be the key there as Pranky trying to get out of the way of the battle.
Yeah, Pranky.
And going off the track. Apparently Pranky's having a bit of a rough time. Get that man some hype energy.
Yes. It would be very thankful if he had some hype energy to keep awake and alert at all times. AOR streams are brought to you by Hype Energy and Elgato Stream Deck. How many times have I ran into that ad today? This isn't the 24-hour race, so I don't have to go into an ad every other lap. But anyway, Raven has closed in the gap to some idiot 0.730 seconds as the timing board just updated itself as they're coming out of the hairpin. But Raven is closing down. Yellow flags all over the place in Sector 1 and 2. But it's Raven and some idiot battling out for the lead. Soft tires versus medium tires. One stop versus two stop. Well, technically two stop versus three stop. Holy crud.
Holy cow, indeed.
Yeah. Raven
just cranking on the afterburners here as they make their way through Sachs. Bit of a lockup there. Raven's going to have to be very careful to not overcook these tires and actually needs to try to force some idiot to overcook his tires so that some idiot will have to stop later on in the race. The better question is, will Raven decide to kind of hang back and just save the fuel for a little while as DRS comes on again?
Yeah, DRS says come on again. Raven and somebody set both fastest lap, but Raven sending the fast laps as they both lock up going into turn 2 and around turn 3. Raven's got the speed. He's got the DRS. He's got the slipstream. But does he have the guts to go on some idiot? He's got to get around him.
Traffic head.
Well, they dive down the inside.
Oh, no, he run it wide. Yeah, he couldn't cut the turn properly, and some idiot keeping the lead and actually gaining some time after that. Raven was just not able to hold the line, and now then we'll have a little bit of traffic to contend with. You can see it up ahead, the road. Oh, man, these guys are going to have to be very careful here.
This Lundqvist has retired from the session as well. Oh, that is disastrous for the Williams team, who's kind of been carried on the back of some idiot this entire season, and we got 2 retirements. 17 cars are made, but Raven missing his breaking point as we have a message from Lundqvist, bro. Well, no, we don't have a message from Lundqvist, bro. I thought he was going to say something.
I guess not. That's all right, though. Some idiot, grabbing a 1 minute 16.
Look at the battle of back markers up ahead. I believe that's Fluffy Dave and Spider? I don't know, but look at some idiot and Raven getting entangled with them. Blue flags are being waved. This is being opportunistic. One of those Alfa Romeo goes into the grass. As these two are following slipstream close to each other. Luckily, no incidents happen. Raven diving down the inside, heading to the air. Double lockup on the front wheels. Some idiot almost came in contact with that front wing, but he came on the brakes and off the gas. Just thankfully out of time. But Raven takes the lead of the Grand Prix. Lap 16 out of 34. 6 lap old softs.
Raven, though, is going to have to be careful. I think he might have his steering rack set up a little off to really make that very sharp hairpin corner. He's just going to have to keep control here and keep it on the track. He's going to start getting some warnings here soon, I'm sure. If not, a penalty. And a penalty would be disastrous at this point. Some idiot has the mediums. He can basically just outlast Raven. But Raven knows that. Raven really needs to try to gap himself. And there's actually a lot of traffic now. These guys are absolutely flying.
Oh, look at the track extension by somebody. That is definitely a warning. As I'm going to switch to Heineken, Fluffy Dave, and Trent, as the battle for third is certainly heating up between these three. Going through the rating section. Look at Fluffy Dave down the inside of Heineken. Can Fluffy Dave hold him up? But no, Heineken's going to hold it around the outside, but Fluffy Dave's going up the inside. As this is almost a three-way battle for P3. Oh my goodness.
Spider trying to just stick his nose in this battle. Not a good idea there, sir. He really shouldn't have done that at all and just kind of propelled Fluffy Dave ahead of Heineken, but Heineken is still on the attack as Spider lurking in the shadows here. Spider might be trying to make a move here on Heineken. Heineken might even have a bit of a puncture, or there might be a little bit of damage here, and as they make their way through the Parabolica, it's looking...
Oh no, whoa! Kingy AV! Where did you come from?
Kingy was just lurking in the shadows as well, and he just saw an opportunity here. Heineken is definitely having some sort of issue. He cannot get under speed, but now Kingy AV going for a pass on Spider. Looking to the inside, Spider closes the door nicely, and Spider now putting just a touch of gap there as Kingy AV held up by his own line. Can't make it work, and Fluffy Dave has basically checked out.
Yeah, Fluffy Dave, very thankful for this, but look at the amount of cars following close to each other. These are lapped cars ahead of them. But, oh no! Spiders run wide! Spiders run wide out of Saxon. It's almost just like a certain incident in this year's Grand Prix, but no, Spider losing control of this car. Kingy AV switched around him and got the position. Disasters for Spider. He's going to need to regain that time, but Kingy AV is up now in 5th and doesn't have a challenger. Wow. This race has got it all, ladies and gentlemen, as Heineken is closed in on Spider as well. Flying through the Parabolica, Heineken's got DRS. Can he close in on Spider for P6? No, he doesn't. He thinks twice about it, says, I'm not Kingy AV, and I'm not going to send it through two different cars.
Probably a good idea, have to admit here. But it looks like Heineken might have regained his composure a little bit. Definitely going to need it here as he makes his way towards Spider. And it looks like there's some debris on the track right there. We're seeing some lapped cars also starting to take effect. That said, I mean, this is 7th place. It's the fight for 5th, 4th. So why is there so many lap cars already? I have to wonder if Intergalactic Gentleman, Italy Force, Jonathan AI, and Pranky are just having an absolutely terrible day. That said,
you want to know how many lap cars we have? Do you want to know how many lap cars we have? Only the top 10 are on the same lap. That's how fast this race is. Only the top 10 are on the lead lap.
Good God. Granted, this is a little bit of a slow track, or not slow track,
fast.
Kind of a shorter track. It's very, very fast, too. The lap time is very, very small. I mean, a minute 14.9 is the race record right now, set by Raven. So, it's kind of to be expected. I mean, if you're 3-4 seconds off the pace, right about now is probably when the leaders would start to catch you. Just kind of in the way things work, especially with the pit stops.
Intergalactic Gentleman in Italy first. Sorry to cut you off there, but they're having a big old fight in the hairpin. Yes, we're covering a last car battle, but honestly, the back bar battles are sometimes the most dicey of battles, but it looks like Intergalactic Gentleman is going to make that move look easy on Italy Force as he is driving away throughout Mercedes turns 9 and 10 and down the straight and into Mobile 1. They did give us a good show. And that's what it's all about. Having fun, clean racing, and providing us a great show to watch. As
Just
everyone's
kind of checking up on things throughout the rest of the field, and the battles have kind of calmed down. I think everybody's just like, okay, we need to breathe. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Hands on the knees and everything. Oh, jeez.
Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale.
Fußrubber.
Anyway, Raven, 10 laps on these soft tires. He has to pit. He's in the pit window. If you don't know what the pit window, I'm going to pop up that graphic once again. Just to show that tire life, 9 through 14 laps are the soft tires pit window. So he's going to have to pit once again for 14 laps to go. And I think he's going to go for the soft strategy. But somebody right behind him with 9 laps on those super soft, on those medium tires. What am I talking about? But he does have the amount of tires to go to the very end just by a tad. So this is going to be a game of tire wear very soon.
Yeah, it really will. And you have other battles behind them, too. I mean, you got Triton and Fluffy Dave who've been battling it like crazy with Kingy and Spider. Kingy's definitely going to come in here pretty quick, especially after those tires have been fried up. But Spider can go a little bit longer, and it's really going to come down to
laps, I would say.
Just how much those mediums have been abused by said users. Now, some of it is usually pretty easy on tires. That said, he's been locking up in a lot of corners lately. We saw the battle that Triton and Fluffy Dave had with Kingy and Spider. So it's a bit of a toss-up at this point as we see Pranky go off the track again. He's just having a rough race. It's a really toss-up between strategy. Are these tires going to hold up? And if they don't, they're going to have to go to the soft. It's just the way it goes.
Well, as we were saying that, and speaking about pit stops, ACR Raven has dived into the pits. And I see the crew. They're bringing out the soft tires. It is a 3-stop, ladies and gentlemen. Which is something I thought I would never say in my life. But ACR Raven has dived into the pits on the soft tires. 13 seconds behind some idiot. He will
make up
have
13 seconds.
14, 15 seconds. It's updating as it's going on, but it's settled around 15.243 seconds. And this is a gift to some idiot who now just has to manage his tires and keep a consistent pace, as now all eyes are on Raven, who has to push as hard as he can, close 15-second gap, and at the end of this race. But he also has to manage his tires because the soft tire, he did not go 14 laps on those soft tires. He went around 11 laps on them. So can he eke out speed and tire wear with these tires? Because he hasn't ran 14 tires on these softs. Will he? Oh my goodness, almost has a collision with Pranky. But will he have the amount of tire wear to close down on some idiot? Will some idiot have the tire wear to finish out the race on these mediums? Ladies and gentlemen, buckle your seatbelt because it's getting real.
Yeah, no, it's getting real indeed. And honestly, Raven could do it. Now that he's kind of away from some idiot, he can just start to run laps and not fry the tires up. The track has got to be getting a little bit warmer now, so and rubbered in too, so the grip level's going to come up. And really, I think it's brilliant. Do something different. If you're going to go for a win, you got to do something different than your competitor, and this is the way to do it.
I need to say sorry again. Apparently, I'm bad at math still. So it's a 2-stop, not a 3-stop.
Oh, did you say 3? Yeah, clearly I'm concentrating on all kinds of other things as well. Yes, yeah, it is a 2-stop.
Yeah, if y'all don't know, I'm also controlling the stream and all this stuff and graphics by stuff and
doing
all.
Fine. Don't worry about it. You're doing good, man. Just
I'm pumped. I gotta say, I'm pumped.
That hype energy kicked in, huh?
Woo!
Yes. All right. So we got about 15 seconds here for Raven to try to catch up.
Raven
to
actually
some
losing
idiot.
time to some idiot. That
Probably a little bit, only because of traffic. Now, according to what I'm seeing, he's slowly gaining time. The question, he's going to have to gain like a second or more per lap. And I don't know if he's betting on some idiot having to come in for tires or repairs or whatever, but he's putting down laps like crazy. A 113.7.
it's almost a qualifying lap, honestly, with the amount of fuel he's got on board closing in, but he's got 10 laps to close in on some idiot. It's just, this is, you cannot write a better script for a drama than right now. Some idiot, 14 seconds in the lead to Raven, and this is the battle on track, even though it's happening on different ends right now. As Raven locks up massively going into Mercedes. That is something he does not want to do. Some idiot. I wanted to say still in the lead, but I just that one. Intergalactic Gentleman has retired for the race.
Oh man, he was having quite the run there. Unfortunate there for Intergalactic Gentleman. Yeah, you just saw him in the wall right there.
Oh, there he is on the inside of the stadium session as Muddy Water has left the session. Oh wait, he was the first to retire as another virtual safety car has come out. This is saving some idiot right here. Because with the virtual safety car, you have to keep to a delta. Look at the gap to Raven. It's increasing exponentially. But some idiot can use this time to save his tires. And it's... Oh, Fluffy Dave. Drive-through penalty for speeding underneath the safety car. He's going into the pits already right now. Oh, that's disastrous for the Toro Rosso driver. But seriously, this is saving him. And also, Fluffy Dave pits for soft tires underneath this as we're back to racing. So, some idiot keeps that gap going. The time has go down. As Dan has said, he saw a 15 stint medium tires earlier today. Well, you're about to see another one because some idiot is running on 13, soon to be 14 lap old medium tires as Fluffy Dave has emerged. Oh no, Raven!
There it is. Told you.
There is the time penalty. How many times have we seen races due to Raven getting a time penalty? I believe it's happened in Canada as Heineken is smoking.
No way.
Oh, that was his back wheels. He went wide on the hairpin and he's lost one position to Fluffy Dave. But look at Heineken trying to dive down with a flat car. He was going to get he was going to get his position back. But oh, that was disaster. I see a yellow flag and a puff of smoke and I thought it was all over for Heineken, and then I was like, wait, this is a career mode.
Yeah, that was a lap car. I'm trying to figure out who that was actually. I think it might be
that was Jallydon.
Italy Forcer Jallydon. That said,
it is Jallydon.
Okay, yeah, it's getting definitely dicey. Fluffy Dave is back in the pits,
serving his drive-through. As we're on board with Kingy AV. Well, he's flying past Fluffy Dave, but he's closing in on Heineken just ahead of him. Kingy AV saw that lunge earlier. He's going to do it again down the inside. Oh, can he hold it on and go for another attack? He's going for the switchback around the inside of Parabolica. He's got DRS. He's got the speed. And look behind him in his mirrors. That is Heineken.
This is going to get real dicey here. Heineken looking to the outside now. Doesn't quite have the braking. Kingy locks it up hard. Manages to keep it on the track. It looks like Heineken running just a little bit wide there. Is that Fluffy Dave? Who is that behind him?
Close to that gap is Fluffy Dave in that Toro Rosso. He's a bit farther down, 5 seconds down the field.
No, that's a lap car.
Yeah, that is a lap car. That's Jallydon.
That is Jallydon.
We settled this already.
No, I know, but I expected him to be kind of gone by now, and it just keeps on hanging on here.
Yeah. Oh no! You were saying as Jallydon spins in sacks. Oh. Commentator's Curse 101.
No. I don't think Jallydon realizes that that's not for position. There's no reason for him to be racing right there.
Well, he was racing like it. He was racing like his life depended on it, and that is hard. That's hard. Dedication.
No, that's not heart and dedication. That is, you need to back off. That's not your race. You need to try to catch up to Notarium or Max KZR, not try to race for third, because you're not in third, you're in 12th.
Yeah, it was certainly very thing, but he is a racer and he does anything that is concerned about racing. We're going to go, as he's got a nice tank slapper at the end. We're going to go on board with Max KZR Racing as he's flying past Mikey. Is that Mikey on the inside? Oh, but Mikey holds him off. I think that's Mikey.
Mikey's holding him off, yes. Barely. But Max KZR holding on right here, just sitting in the slipstream, looking to the inside.
Of Mercedes, a tap!
Bang! Wheels contact made there on the side pod as he manages to make it work here. Max KZR moving past Mikey. Saw somebody. Did somebody dive in the pit? No, it's different. God,
well, he's got Z-Womp ahead. It's a three-way fight. Max KZR jumping up on Z-Womp right there as they all fly through stacks as Fluffy Dave gets the 3-second time penalty. Can the man get a break? But it's now a three-way fight. Z-Womp, Max, and Mikey. Mercedes, Red Bull, Renault.
And Z-Womp has been on these tires now for 16 laps. His mediums probably not holding up at this point. And it looks like everyone else has fresh stops.
Trying for a move around the outside.
Max KZR Racing makes it happen.
But now
Z-Womp looking to the inside. Mercedes Power and DRS.
Yeah,
inside of the hairpin. He's going to have to make the brakes work here, though. Don't know if he's going to be able to with these tires. If he doesn't lock it up, he'll have the position. 3 wide into the hairpin. Bit of a lockup. Makes it work, but the sandwich in the bread there. Fluffy Dave gets knocked down.
That's not Fluffy Dave.
Oh, wait. What did I
That's
say?
Max KZR Racing.
Max, I'm sorry. God, I see the blue. It's the blue. God, Pete.
It's the blue. Wrong team,
We're
too.
so good at our jobs.
Wrong team, too.
It's the blue.
It's the blue with the Red Bull.
Can I just have my blue blindfold?
I don't think it'd be fun. As Mikey locks it up, going into stacks. Look at Max KZR Racing down the inside in this very tight section. Thinks about it. It's going to back off. But it's going to be Max KZR Racing in the driver's seat and the hot seat as he's going to have the advantage going into Z3 Mikey going up through this fast corner. Both of them have DRS as they're trying to chase down Z-Womp into turn 3. As, oh my goodness, Mikey locking up those tires. Giving them a massive flat spot. But look at the speed he's gaining on Z-Womp. He's going down the inside. It's Z-Mikey versus Z-Womp. And Max KZ are...
Oh, Z-Womp! Oh, look at the inside.
And, they're side by side. They tap wheels, I think.
Good God.
But look at Max KZR Racing. Just sitting back there as they tap wheels again. Going into Mercedes. Look at Max KZR Racing sneaking past of Z-Womp. But no!
Got sideways.
They got sideways and they're banging wheels. They tap with Z-Womp. Oh my goodness.
Oh man, as they make their way down the drag strip right here. And that was very close. Max KZR Racing getting a time penalty now. That's going to be a little bit deflating for him, but still, that was close. I mean, drag race galore here at Hockenheim. And you can see said drag strip right there, but
does not provide a lot of grip, that drag strip, I must say.
That was absolutely insane, though. I mean, the way these guys are battling hard. I mean, they're spinning tires up. I mean, I'm surprised they've lasted this long, but they only have a couple of laps left. Yeah,
they do. As Z-Womp is letting ACR Raven through. Speaking of ACR Raven, he is down 9.8487 seconds to Some Idiot with 3 laps to go. Can Some Idiot's tires manage up? I think so, and I don't think ACR Raven can close this gap that fast. As we have a message from Muddy Water saying Max KZ has to hold back sometimes. He's too slow to be fighting this hard and holding up the 3. But speaking of that, ladies and gentlemen, driver of the day is now open. Please click the link in the description to go vote for your driver of the day. Thank you, Dan, for letting us know. We will tell you the winner during the driver interviews and at the end of this race. You got 3 laps to do it. So do it fast because it's getting real dicey as Spider has come out on the ultra soft tires.
Okay, Spider's going for it here. He's got some time to make up for sure. But these mediums are lasting the 20 laps. It's just got to last a couple of more here for some idiot. And I think Raven must have thought those mediums were just not going to work. But they are. In the top 2 of the top 3 are on mediums. Triton on the mediums too, but it's just that interval is just too much. It looks like Triton, Mr. Sweaty Boy himself, will grab a podium here from what it looks like, assuming he hasn't fried up his tires. But he has been out alone here for a little while. It doesn't look like he's too out of shape, actually. Looking pretty good going around the track.
Yeah, Triton's got a lead of 29 seconds. If he wanted to pit for a fast tire right now, he could and save himself. But I think he's going to save it on this tire. But hey, that camera shot showing both of those rear tires and then the cockpit view down the straight. Can these go out 2 more laps as he has a big old double lockup going into the hairpin? We're going to go on board with some idiot. 2 laps remaining. Lap 33 out of 34. And he's got a 8.8 second gap to Raven. Raven is closing down 11 laps on those soft tires. They still have life in them, I believe, but some idiot's tires are running out of life. Raven's tires are running out of life. Triton's tires are running out of life. Everyone's tires are running out of life, except for Spiders, who's on 1 lap old Ultra Softs.
Well, you might as well go for the hot lap.
Yeah, he is. He's definitely go for that. But speaking of running out of life, Fluffy Dave and Kinky AV, I don't know what I was going for, but it's a low grip battle as Fluffy Dave goes on the inside of Kinky AV, who I believe went wide, heading into Mercedes. But Fluffy Dave back on the attack. Was that his car spun around in the arena?
Didn't quite see who that was exactly, but Fluffy Dave and Kingy definitely going at it here as they're coming up onto the final moments of this race. Fluffy Dave going wide. If I remember correctly,
I just saw probably Jonathan AI was the car that was in the grass.
Okay.
He is slow to get out as he's got a 10-second time penalty for exceeding track limits, but I think he's just being a good boy and letting people through as Spider has set a 1:13.140 for the fastest lap.
Well, that's fast.
Very fast.
I'm still keeping an eye here on Fluffy Dave and Kingy. Kingy seems to just be letting Dave run the lap here, but Kingy's going to have to close up the gap a little bit more than what he has so far. And if I remember correctly, Dave had a penalty, so Kingy could just wait it out. I mean, he had the 3-second penalty, and he's definitely close enough to take advantage of that. But Kingy will get a free 4th place simply because Fluffy Dave could not keep the car on the track at certain times.
And on the last lap, Jonathan...
Oh, no! Kingy got his own penalty!
Oh!
Right at the end there, he just went off the track, and the penalty flashes up. Now he's just too far away to take advantage of the fact that he is so close, within striking distance, too.
Well, as we're going to switch away from that battle, coming around Saxon for one last time on 22-lap old medium tires. He worked the strategy like a pro today, and he continues to hold his lead in the AOR PC Americas League. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Some Idiot.
Some Idiot, brilliant strategy move to just come out on the mediums and make it work. 23-lap marathon for him. In the lead of the race, manages to hold ACR Raven to a 12-second gap. The other one, Z-Womp, on 22-lap old mediums, doing fantastic as well. Triton, though, 24 laps. 24 laps, and he brings it home in 3rd place.
Well, he hasn't crossed the line just yet, and I'm honestly going to rejoice with that because we got a Haas on podium, ladies and gentlemen. You see him working the wheel, weaving across track, and he's going to celebrate tonight for sure, because that's 3rd place for Triton. Fluffy Dave, after having a lot of battle, a drive-through penalty, pit stops, lots of penalties for him, but he's conquered it all and still finished in 4th for a good solid points finish. And Kenyon AV going to finish in 5th. Got Heineken just behind him for the Red Bull, taking it up in 6th place. And Spider with the fastest lap as Heineken serves the unstopped Sacco. But Spider's going to take 6th place for Ferrari. And the last finisher is not Ryan. But congratulations to some idiot. What a race. Fought. Some say he didn't have what it would take to continue on leading the championship. And some say it was only a matter of time. But he still got it, ladies and gentlemen. Some idiot lifts up the trophy, knowing that he's farther his lead from 1 point to a few more. I'm not going to try to do that math.
It would now be 3 points.
I think it would be more than 3 points.
Well, there's only 2 point difference between the winner and the second place.
No. I think it's like 5.
We'll double check for you. So I don't feel like arguing with my co-commentator tonight.
Well, I've been known to mess up math before, but why don't you read us through the ending positions?
That's right. Yeah, some idiot taking the win as noticed before. ACR Raven grabbing that second place, and you know what? You're right. It's 18 points in this. That's kind of weird. I thought we ran our own points. We'll double check that. Triton grabbing third, fantastically driven there as Fluffy Dave and King AV round out your top 5. Spider coming through with a strong 6th. Heineken with a 7th. Z3 Mikey, a well-done 8th place. And Max KCR Racing, the big race between those 4, grabs the 9th. Z1 with a 10th. Unfortunately, he drops down 2 positions in where he started. We should also mention Max KCR Racing coming from 16th place, grabbing that 9th place. Notarium, first race here, I believe, in 11th. Manku grabs a 12th. Jallydon, rough race for him. In 13th, Italy Force, Jonathan AI, Intellect Gentleman, and Pranky round out your field. I believe there was a Muddy Water there as well. Unfortunately, he did retire on top of all of that action.
What a crazy race we have had here today, as we're going to bring up the track facts screen once more, as we're going to have a little bit of interviews for us today. Oh yeah, we're in the wrong Discord.
Yep, we had to go into a private call.
Because apparently my mic just started going away. But let's hop over to commentary boxes and get ready for some interviews. And as we wait for that, I believe we are closed in on our driver of the day voting. I believe so. And the winner of the driver of the day is going to be some idiot. Congrats to some idiot for winning once again the driver of the day, as we are waiting for him to get into the interview box. I think I do have a photo still of the driver of the day for some idiot, so I'm just going to pop that up on stream if I do have it. How was that race for you, man?
No, that race, that was insane. I'm surprised at the strategy call there by some idiot. I'm surprised it worked. Honestly, those mediums held up nicely and basically on a green track too. You don't expect that really for mediums to hold up so well on a green track. You usually kind of want the softs. You just need that extra grip, but he didn't need it, and he made it work. And the way the timing worked out and everything, and Raven just could not make up that time with the second pit stop. Goes to show you, just stay out of the pits as much as you can. As honestly, I am impressed by Triton, though. Triton has really stepped up his game this round, and I expect a lot more out of him in the coming weeks. I want to see him take a second place.
As we finally got the driver of the day stuff, as what happened?
Check your levels in OBS. You just got super loud.
Oh. I think that was my mic. My mic stayed the same throughout the levels, so I think it's just Discord just wanting to kill me.
Okay, it's Discord. Yeah, just trying to watch out. Then watch my levels.
Oh, your levels are just fine. Crystal. A bit robot-y from time to time, but as we flash up the driver of the day photo, congratulations go to some idiot. I have a different photo of some idiot, but I'm not going to use that one.
Don't use that one here.
Different league.
Also, I would like to mention the honorable mention is Triton. He did get a couple of votes in the voting for driver of the day. So, guys, if you're watching the replay back and you disagree, go ahead and throw it in the comments.
No, it's rigged.
Totally. That's exactly how that works.
Yeah. I'm trying to find... Oh, I never saved it. I know how computers work, I swear. As we try to get people in the commentary box once they finish the race. I believe they're having a little bit of debrief in the chat, so that's what's taking them so long. So thank you all for your patience. As we have a little bit of silence, but as we now have the driver of the day photo. Here is your driver of the day.
You got it? Okay.
Some idiot. I had the file. I just couldn't find it in my massive drives.
Yeah, I had to find it myself.
Thank you, Dan, for sending that over to us. But as we wait for everybody else, Kim Larson, we should go get some pepperoni pizza and a beer now. Honestly, I would take you up on that.
Man, so would I.
I don't have the money to do that, though.
Same. God, that beer sounds good. Tell you what.
Yeah.
America. I have to admit, though, I mean, the race was action-packed all over the place. The midfield fight was fantastic. Everybody kept it pretty clean. There was some bumping and banging around, but you have to kind of expect that in simulation racing in general. I have to kind of wonder if most of that was sort of lag. We didn't see anything intentional, which is what we want to see. More than anything else, we want to see the cleanest racing that these guys can put on. And most of the time, it's very clean. This track just is kind of conducive to little bumps and bangs here and there. It's just the way it works. I honestly feel like Hockenheim is a much better GT track, or even a TCR track. F1, yeah, it does well here, but it is very narrow. It doesn't allow for a room for error, especially in a simulation environment. So I hope nobody got any damage out of all that. I'm sure there was just a little bit of bumps and bangs here and there, but no permanent damage that affected anyone's race, because it was brilliant. Well done, everyone, throughout the whole race. And when somebody was having a problem, they got out of the way. That's even better to see. So thank you to everyone who participated tonight. And I want to thank everyone for coming in this evening, as apparently our drivers have decided to be lazy tonight and only some idiot showed up.
Cody has messaged me, Raven. He said he was declining an interview with us. So Congratulations, some idiot, on winning the race and extending your lead in the championship, holding out for another race and getting the driver of the day. So how was that for you?
Let's just say I probably wasn't the fastest guy out there today. I'm just going to put that out front. I thought I had something good. I felt like I had a good car and race trim, but Raven had good pace. He's a little bit more consistent than me. He got completely screwed by Italian Jeff.
Oh.
Yeah, let me see, how do I explain it? So basically lap 9, probably in sector 2, we got a message to say, do you want to change strategy? It said that it wanted to put us on another set of inters. I think for him it was like he thought it was to go to softs, and I took a double take at that just to make sure, but I think he chose that, it was not time for dries by lap 9. I mean, so I think that's really what screwed him. I mean, and then he got put onto softs, 2-stop, when I could just go to the end on the mediums. So I don't know. It took away a bit from the fight. Well, quite a bit from the fight, about all of the fight, but so be it.
Yeah, it looked like the fight was real between you two. We thought the strategy move for Raven was smart at the time, going for 2 separate strategies, but it came down almost to the wire. I guess you were saved by the virtual safety car because that gap was falling down rapidly near the end of the race. Yeah. Ninja, anything?
I wouldn't say that. I would not say that. I'm just messaging with Raven right now, and he says the VSC lost time under both VSCs. I mean, I was waiting for some safety car to come out and then bunch everybody back together after I got very fortunate with Italian Jeff being incompetent. But so I don't think I lost anything into the VSCs. Yeah, Italian Jeff, Giovanni, give me Give me Italian name for Jeff, and we'll go.
Giovanni, I suppose. Yeah. Honestly, both of us thought that it was going to be a smart move, but I'll be honest with you, I'm surprised the mediums lasted as long as they did, especially with the track being basically green after all the rain.
I hope you don't mind if I jump in here.
No, please do.
Okay. So I did a practice race on Friday. I did 22 lap stint on the mediums. I got the exact same tire wear I got in that stint I did, and I was legitimately trying to save tires in this race. The other one I was just trying to go all out. So I mean, yeah, I think you're right when you say the track's green. There was a little bit more slippy slide, so when the track was still like somewhat wet, there was a little bit more lateral slide, put a little more heat in the tires, wear them a bit more. But
yeah,
I mean, it's definitely possible. I think. Let's see. I remember a race I did. You could do about 25 laps on the medium if you really want to try to press the tire. So it's not impossible, but it's a little difficult.
Yeah, one of the other reasons why I was surprised is because of the traffic. You guys are dealing with traffic. You're dealing with a line offline. There was no grip at all. We saw a lot of people sliding when they were trying to make passes and things, especially in the midfield. Which luckily for you missed that race. But
I wouldn't say that. I mean, by the time we were coming around lapping people, they were fighting hard for midfield points. I mean, they have a fight of their own, so we're basically trying to tiptoe around that. I mean, we're of course we're respecting their battle. We hope they respect ours, and for more most often, yes, that's what happened. Once or twice there were one or two incidents where it's like, what are you doing, man?
Well, I'll be honest with you. We've seen that time and time again here in this particular league, where generally there is respect for the leader coming through. The blue flag is respected fairly well, and it does help that there is a pretty decent penalty if you don't. So I haven't got that before, he said nervously. Honestly, though, a fantastically run race, I have to admit.
Oh, thank you.
Do kind of wish that Raven was able to keep up with you on that one, but
and so
Austin,
do I. I wish he was up there because it was. I'd say we're within a tenth or two, but I think he had a tenth on me. If Italian Jeff didn't have,
we'll all blame Italian Jeff now. Austin, do you have any closing comments?
Honestly, I'm just looking forward towards the races on the next race, especially because this battle is going to happen, hopefully towards the end of the year. So thank you for providing us a wonderful show. Thank you to all of our loyal viewers for loving the show and loving our jokes in the commentary box. We made some new more today, so that's good.
We did try to keep it a little bit lighter here for the very late night European guys, as well as us American folk. That said, guys, I want to thank you all for coming on out. Thank you to Some Idiot for just stopping into the commentary box again. Always a pleasure to speak with you, sir. And I think for all of us here at AOR, it's been a fantastic weekend of fantastic racing. I'm Curtis Kenyon, otherwise known as Ninja Rider. You can find me on Twitter at Ninja Rider RL, the letters RL on the end there. You can find Austin at official a knight, as in a knight in shining armor, on the Twitters as well. I think that'll do it for us.
You'll find me in any if you find a drunk guy in a bar, I'm the.
Oh, you're that guy?
Yep.
I've seen a lot of you around.
Ah, fantastic.
He multiplies. Let's just say that. Oh wait, you're Kimi Räikkönen.
Mwah. That is terrible. Don't crucify me, everyone.
Well, I think that's the time we should probably end it. It's lost the plot. Thank you guys for tuning in. I've enjoyed my Curtis Kenyon. I'm Austin Knight, and y'all have a good night.